There's a new surgical procedure taking the transgender world by storm, and it involves slitting their throats. Take a look.
It's myself easier than I thought it would.
Yeah. No, that comes right on.
Good job, Bob.
You have less Adam's apple than I do now.
And you don't even have an Adam's apple.
You don't even have an Adam's apple. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. This is where we like to call out lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and help spread the light of truth and freedom because I believe truth conquers. Now, a lie that we routinely like to call out on this channel is the idea that somehow surgically altering your body will make you more of who you're meant to be. In other words, this form of self-rejection by way of surgically altering how you appear, will that ever be enough to make you who you actually are, or is it rejecting an element of who you are? That's the question. And I think it is a lie that says, hey, you know, if you could just change your external appearance, then you'll be the real you. Then you'll be happy. Good luck with that. But nonetheless, a lot of people are doing it in pursuit of happiness, self-acceptance, even though it's just literally self-rejection. And it's horrendous. You know, we've cut off parts of your body, and now we're cutting off new parts of your body that involves slitting your throat. Why? To remove your Adam's apple. It's kind of like saying, hey, I'm left-handed. And you know what? Most people aren't left-handed. I feel kind of weird being left-handed. I feel different. I don't feel like my true self being left-handed. Doctor, do you have any ideas on what we can do? Yeah, we can cut off your left hand. Sign me up. I'd like to do that so I won't have to be left-handed anymore. If you don't like something about yourself, the cure for it probably ain't cutting that thing off. But nonetheless, people are doing it because I don't know if you've heard, guys have Adam's apples, girls don't. And when you're trying to deny that reality, you try to cut off evidence of it. And in its place, you have a scar on your throat. Hey, that's beautiful. Is that scar there? It's a beautiful scar on your throat. I know, it looks like I slit my throat. But how beautiful, because I don't have an Adam's apple. Right, you have a huge scar. And by the way, you do still have an Adam's apple. It's not as big as it used to be. So let's take a look at this phenomenon that some young people and old men are doing.
How did I go from this
Adam's apple,
to this?
scar on throat. Nice. It's very noticeable. Wow. How did you do that? How did you go to having a noticeable scar on your throat? I'd like to understand that. We'll hear from a doctor who does it in just a little bit. Here's someone else who did it as 48 hours post-tracheal shave. That's the official name for it. This is the big reveal, which of course you need to document on TikTok. And this person's going through, emotions are running high, you know, bandaged up. Next, not a vital area of your body. You just slice and dice it. It's fine. I'll freeze frame it here. Here's the funny thing with this person from the side profile. Still an Adam's apple. What it was before, maybe bigger, maybe the same size, maybe smaller. There's just a lot of swelling, so it's bigger. I don't know. Still an Adam's apple. It's almost like removing part of someone's neck. Still can't change their gender. In this case, didn't even really change your Adam's apple. Is it worth it? Would be the question. And this person has some supportive comments on TikTok. Hi. Who is your doctor and how much it costs if you don't mind? That looks really, really good. That mutilated neck looks really, really good. Congratulations. I hope you have a speedy recovery. Actual gender isn't something you need to recover from. Trying to pretend you don't have your actual gender tends to lead to a lot of recovery time. Now, you might falsely be sitting there thinking, wow, it's one thing to do genital mutilation. Now we're doing throat mutilation. That's where you're wrong. This is medical care. And to prove it's medical care, here is a doctor explaining this. Probably not a new procedure, but it's new to me. Take a look at this trusted doctor doing only safe and effective things.
One of the most popular procedures that we perform as part of FFS.
FFS is feminine facial surgery. By the way, $50 says this doctor is actually a woman. He is very, very feminine. And maybe he just does that for business, having, his clientele is men who want to appear feminine. Oh, not the patient in front of him right now. But nonetheless, so maybe he just puts on this facade of acting like a woman, sounding like a woman because it's good for business. Or maybe he's actually a woman. I don't know. My $50 says this doctor is actually a woman.
Is a tracheal shave or a tracheal chondroplasty where we're removing prominence of the Adam's apple. Here, Dana is 3 months post-operative.
Dana is 3 months post-operative. Got him ready for the football seasons. She is starting middle linebacker. Just such a huge face. It's almost like a man's face size.
So she doesn't have that prominence anymore,
No.
but prior to surgery,
I don't know. It kind of looks like a very prominent neck area, if you ask me.
had something more like what I had here in terms of a noticeable knots and prominence in the neck.
I disagree. I think he has far more of a feminine neck than she does. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, you probably know you can't truly be free unless you are in control of your health. And a huge part of that has to do with the nutrients that you're eating. For the longest time, I thought I was getting all the nutrients I needed from my good, clean, organic food. Lots of meat, lots of fat, some clean carbs, but I was wrong. I was missing the most nutrient-dense source of food on the planet, grass-fed beef liver. It is absolutely no secret that organ meats are incredibly nutrient-dense, especially liver. And I was missing out. But here's the problem for me. I think eating liver is disgusting. I didn't grow up eating liver. I've tried raw liver. I think that's kind of gross. I've tried cooked liver. I think that's even more disgusting. But the good news is that problem was solved when I found Ancestral Supplements beef liver. It is the easiest, most pleasant, most affordable way to get grass-fed beef liver into your life. I've been using Ancestral Supplements grass-fed beef liver for years now, and I never miss a day. It's a very effective way to get most of your vitamins and minerals in, like vitamin A, B12, vitamin K, iron. And because this is real food, your body can absorb most of it, unlike synthetic vitamins and minerals that don't actually come from food. It keeps your metabolism fast, energy high, and cravings for crap low. Don't let the hassle of cooking liver every day or its unpleasantness prevent you from fully taking control of your health with nature's multivitamin. Get your Ancestral Supplements grass-fed beef liver at ancestralsupplements.com/JPReacts. And this one's mine, but when you get yours, also use promo code JPReacts to save yourself 15%. Now back to the video.
Now you can see that even when she stretches her neck, even from the profile, it's a straight, smooth profile.
By smooth, he means scar, which this guy probably has makeup on in order to minimize. But if by smooth you mean you'll have a scar on your neck, great.
And there's no more prominence there, so that she would never be misgendered as male for having that there.
Yeah, that doctor, you could see his choice of words. She'll never be misgendered for having an Adam's apple. Like, well, there's about 400 other reasons why he'll be misgendered, but maybe not for the Adam's apple, but also probably still for the Adam's apple. Now, we started the video with a guy who looks like he owns an ice cream truck with no windows, revealing his newfound throat scar. Let's take a look and walk through it together.
It comes off easier than I thought.
First of all, those pink glasses.
It comes off easier than I thought.
Dude, I from the get-go, I'm like, well, that's definitely a woman. Look at the pink glasses. How is that not a woman? It's like Clark Kent and Superman. There's no way to tell that Clark Kent is Superman because he has glasses on. There's no way to tell that this is actually a man because look at the pink glasses. Okay, let's go on. Bloody scar alert.
I thought it would.
Yeah.
Ugh, God.
No, that comes right off.
Good job, bud.
The irony of, like, I'm revealing my feminine looking neck and you're talking about it in a deeper voice than I have. Ugh, it comes right off.
You have less Adam's apple than I do now.
And you don't even have an Adam's apple. They gave me negative apple.
What we know for sure is this procedure doesn't alter your voice to sound more like a woman. It alters your Adam's apple to look like a smaller Adam's apple.
I'm happy. I'm so happy.
What if they put a microchip in there?
It would be worth it.
What if it's one of those little things?
I like the thinking of this person. Do you think they put a microchip in there? Like, following this guy is going to reveal some national security issues. We definitely need to microchip him. He's a prime mover here.
That like makes cricket noises?
There's probably enough. Probably overdoing it.
Might be. Might
Yep.
be time for the...
You can't even see the scar anymore. I mean, it's still oozing blood. Can't even tell. Ooh.
What if it's like a smartwatch and it like gives notifications?
The humor here is just too much for me. You might be saying, well, it sounds like there's no downside to having surgery to remove part of your throat. And that, at first glance, I would think, yeah, why would there be downside? How could there be downside? Here's a person who is showing a little bit of realism, because you think, hey, cutting off part of your body, there's consequences, and you can cheer for that. Just like if someone slits their wrist, you can cheer for that. I'm going to have sympathy. I'm going to say that does not feel good to see you suffering like that. Let's take a look. Morning after tracheal shave. Any regret yet?
So, I slept horribly.
It's because you had throat
Very sore. Any numbing that has worn off. I slept for a little while, but then the turning about, I think we move in our sleep more than I thought, and that's okay. I slept for a few hours, it's fine. I had my voice kind of fine last night. And
so this person's obviously in a state of suffering. Is this something to celebrate? Maybe it is for some. It's certainly not for me. It is just horrendous. Someone who is inflicting this on themselves. I think the doctors should be questioned. But nonetheless, someone inflicting this on themselves, yes, they have the freedom to do that. And no, I'm not going to applaud it. I'm going to look and say, that's someone who's suffering. And once they're out of the acute phase of suffering, walking around with a scar, I'm not going to pretend that looks good. I'm going to say, that's a scar on your neck, and I wonder what happened to you. Oh, you happened to you? And I think the idea, like, hey, here's a noticeable scar instead of a noticeable Adam's apple, and here's our agreement amongst the community. Everybody can see the scar, but everybody knows to act like we can't see the scar. We'll act like it's normal. Well, guess what? If you're trying to look like a woman's throat, it doesn't naturally have a noticeable scar on it. So does it look like a woman's neck? No, it does not. It looks like a man's neck who is pretending that he looks like a woman, and he might be the only one pretending. So let's end on a high note with this latest mutilation procedure. Some upbeat tracheal shaving optimism.
Hey, I had a tracheal shave. I had my Adam's apple removed. Gone. Forever. Here's the thing. Just so you know, I had basically no complications except for I definitely can't, I can't reach the same heights anymore. My range is different. I used to be able to do the most perfect meow. It's spot on. Now it's meow.
Yeah, obviously a downside. You can't do perfect meows anymore if you identify as a female cat. So this is the latest, and if left unchecked, what will be a never-ending string of mutilating one's body to try to outrun who someone actually is, because you can cut this off, get these put in, cut this off, change hormones, and guess what? You know, and everybody else knows, you're still not the gender you're trying to be. It's not enough, so let's try more. That won't be enough, so let's try more. You're still not the gender you're trying to be, so when will enough be enough? That's the question. Let me know what you think about this throat mutilating procedure some people are doing, some young people are doing, and some weird old people are doing. Look forward to hearing your thoughts, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video. But until then, please accept yourself for who and what you are.